came upon a clue. I want to describe my discovery in the simplest terms possible, because it will reveal to you why it is true that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. When you speak of your poverty and lack of education, you are simply directing your mind power to attract these undesirable circumstances, because it is true that whatever your mind feeds upon, your mind attracts to you. Now you see why it is important that you recognize that all success begins with definiteness of purpose, with a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want in life.
Since that moment of bliss, there's a rainbow before me. Skies above, not be stormy.
On page 2 of your
That
notebook,
moment of bliss,
write down a clear statement
there's
of
a rainbow
precisely what you intend to give in return for that which you desire from life.
skies above,
And then start in right where you stand now. Begin giving.
since that moment of bliss, there's a rainbow before me. Skies above, not be stormy. only.